Last year, I came this close to monetization. And then I promptly lost it all. Or actually, I should say, slowly lost it all. I had one video that worked really well. And then everything after that kind of got really complicated. Let's hop right into it. So last year, I had what I would consider a hit video. The reason why I phrase it as I would consider a hit video is because I know there are certain people who are like, girl, that video got you peanut views. But for me and my channel, and going from literally having maybe, I think, 10 subscribers at the time, that video really elevated me. To give you some context, that video gave me about 3,000 and some change, like maybe 3,200 watch hours and about 650 subscribers. So for one video, and that was probably my third video on my channel, for one video to have that kind of resonance, I feel is what small YouTubers dream about. And even today, I think the video sits at about 35K views. It is my most viewed video, and essentially it did really well. The topic of the video was all about my hair journey, how I went from like my top tips for going from super short hair to super long hair. And if you are not new to YouTube, you know that transformation videos are not only a dime a dozen, but people love transformation videos. They love to see you go from one thing to the next thing. But I think one of the things that set this video apart from any other hair video, because there are literally a million videos on how women went from short hair to long hair, I think what really set this video apart was one tip that I gave. I had a lot of people reaching out and saying, oh, I've never heard that before. Oh, that's new. And so I think that's one of the key pieces to why that video did so well. So I think it was because I had good storytelling in the video. In the video, I talked a lot about my move from Michigan to Denver and the impact that had on my hair. I went through a really rough period with my hair where it was breaking off because the climate was so dry here. And I think people really resonated with how I told the story and my particular situation. I was surprised by the response that I got in the video. I posted the video and it didn't actually pick up to maybe a week or two later. I didn't really expect to get very many views. And so I was shocked at the amount of views I was getting, at the amount of subscribers I was getting, at the amount of people that were sharing my video. It was my first real experience having any type of social media success. And so I was riding on a high and I was like, oh my goodness, I am this close to monetization. And so what can I do to recreate this so that I can get monetized on YouTube? Hence the downfall of my YouTube channel. And you know what? I'm not even going to say it's a downfall. I think that my channel going downhill was a result of a lot of things, and more so internal things than they were external. But I will tell you that after the success of that video, I tried to essentially recreate it. I'm like, how can I make another video that does this well? And so my next video was very similar to the first video, and it was about how I use protective styling to grow my hair, because that seemed like the next natural progression. I talked a lot about in the first video about how I protective styled and how that had grown my hair. And so I thought that if I gave tips or took it a step further and helped people learn exactly what I do to get that level of length retention, that the video would do just as good. Naively me, it still did well. It had about maybe 2,700 views. It still did fairly well. I got a decent amount of watch hours from it. I even got some subscribers from it, but it didn't do obviously nearly as well as my first video had done. And so I'm like, okay, how many times and how many ways can I talk about how my hair grew, or the ways in which I grew my hair? Because I'm a very simplistic hair person. Like, I pretty much just protective style and leave it. I don't do a lot of styles. I don't do a lot of things to my hair. And so I was really lost with where to go after that. Like, one, I don't style my hair a lot, so where's the content gonna come from? Two, if you have ever filmed hair videos, filming your hair process is time consuming and it's hard. It's not for the faint of heart. Like, a talking head video is way easier than showing or doing a tutorial with your hair video. And so I didn't know how to keep that up. And thirdly, like, I had a baby. I can't even remember how old my kiddo was at that time, but he had to be like one, maybe 1.5. So I don't have hours and hours to just sit around, do my hair, video my hair. And for those ladies who are out here doing those types of things, thank you for your service, because I just the time it takes you to do that craft, I applaud you. But I just didn't have that level of time to be able to dedicate to doing my hair. And to be honest, I'm just wasn't in the season of my life where my hair journey was really top of mind for me. There was a period of time in my early 20s where all I did was my hair. All I cared about was my hair. All I did was style my hair and deep condition and baby it. And but that time is gone. When you got kids, you're working, you're busy, it's just not a priority. So that pressure to recreate not only the same content, but at the same level as that first video really just got to me. I posted a hair wash video, I think, after that, and a few other different hair tutorials or videos. And I really did try to make an effort, but my heart wasn't in it. Just could not see myself being a hair channel. And so I just couldn't pull through. And at this point, I was maybe 700-ish watch hours from being monetized. And I was maybe 350, whatever, subscribers from being monetized. I was like so close. But as the year went on and life was lifing and I had kids to take care of and I'm trying to film videos, time just started passing. And I think even the content that I was putting out, I guess in my mind, you could feel that I wasn't as passionate about it. And so people weren't watching it. It wasn't resonating. There was no storytelling in it. The year came to a close, y'all. It came to a close. And I lost all those watch hours. Like I was very sad because I was so close. But at the same time, I knew that the hair wasn't what I wanted to do. And all of my subscribers were there for the hair. And I knew that the channel had to pivot. So where am I at currently? So I am still not monetized, but I think coming so close and then losing it so fast. Well, it wasn't fast. It took a year until the watch hours rolled over, but losing it has given me some clarity into this next chapter. I think first, I refuse to be posting content that I don't have passion about. And I understand that not every video is going to necessarily be my favorite video, but I do have to have some passion about the content that I'm creating because this stuff is not easy. It's not easy to record. It's damn sure not easy to edit. The amount of work that you put into YouTube, and sometimes you get no credit for it because sometimes it just doesn't get viewed. It's just too much work to be creating content that I'm not passionate about and that I don't feel helps other people. So I think this particular season that I'm going in, I'm definitely honing in on the content that energizes me so that I can keep creating and I can show up more consistently and grow this channel. And secondly, I think it has also taught me that sometimes the fastest growth is not the best growth. And I say that because I think back, if I had actually been able to stay the course and post a bunch of hair videos and get to that monetization, I just know that I wouldn't necessarily have been ready. And I say ready in a lot of ways because creating content has to be consistent. I had not yet gotten into a groove in which I could create content on a regular basis to be able to monetize. My life is a little bit more complicated now. I still work and I have another kid, but I think my mindset going into it now is that I always need to stay ahead of the content, which means in order to be consistent, I need to be almost a month in advance of the content that's actually being posted. For January, I would already have the whole month filmed, edited, ready to go live. And then in January, I'm actually working on February content. And if I can stay ahead, that will prevent me from falling behind. And I don't think even back then, if I was able to monetize, I probably would have still eventually lost that monetization because I just wasn't at a place where I could keep up with the content engine. I think now it's come to a point where the trade-offs of not starting my own business has become like too loud for me to ignore. This season is not just about making money, but it's about making money so that I can be at home with my kids. And I think that greater focus and that greater like goal has helped me to create more of a consistent momentum with what I'm doing. And to be totally honest, the work that I'm doing with Ken and Eden and the business that I'm creating and launching and growing means so much to me that the work doesn't even quite feel like work. Like when I'm online and I'm working on a blog post or I'm updating my website or I'm creating a piece of content, it doesn't feel like work. It actually feels like fun. And I think that's also too the difference of creating content that actually speaks to you versus creating content just for content's sake really makes a difference in how long you can sustain the work. So I say all that to say that I think I'm going into this season with a little bit more clarity than I had with my previous season. And I'm so very excited to continue this journey with you all. So that is it for me. Please comment, subscribe. please come check out the next one. In the next video, I'll be talking all about my plan on how I plan to monetize my content. And that's not just here on YouTube, but that's also my content with my blog and the other things I kind of got going on. So, how I plan to do that, because this is the year that I will monetize my content. I'm speaking it into existence. All right. So, I will see you all in the next one. Bye.